Welcome to
Ducky Channel.
Thank you for joining me today on the RD channel. That was my godson. We call him Boogie as a nickname. And he decided to help me. So, you guys, the new Avery Case photos, I've only begun a few of them, and already we have absolute, astonishing, uncovered evidence tampering. And with that train coming down the track, so is the truth. I thank you for joining me for this. And here we go. So does everybody recognize what picture this is from? You can see the old tree. You can see the tires from the red van. This is Stephen Avery's driveway. And this is Stephen Avery's burn barrel. Get a good look at it. It's got the tire rim sitting next to it with some wire around it. It's got a little curve to its body. It's got 2 holes up by the rim. It's got a ton of bullet holes all over it. Let's really look at this. This is the one that was sitting by that red van at Stephen Avery's for the photographs. This is Steve Avery's burn barrel. Now, I don't think anybody counted on us really understanding how important one burn barrel could make to the case. I'm about to show you how it made the case against Stephen and Brendan. We've got the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, and this is page 89. It says, I highlighted the important parts here. At 17:26 hours, Julie Kramer and her canine, Brutus, Lieutenant Sipple of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, Detective Rimmaker from the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department, Special Agent Hunsender from DCI, and I did proceed to the burn barrel area near the Stephen Avery residence. It was decided that Julie and Brutus would go through Stephen Avery residence in an attempt to determine whether Brutus would alert to anything within the dwelling. At 17:35 hours, Detective Rimmaker, Julie Kramer, Brutus, and I did enter Stephen Avery's residence. We did exit the residence at 17:40 hours. I personally did not observe any alerts from the canine. Investigation continues, John Dietering. So why didn't the dogs alert on Stephen's burn barrel? Let's dig in. Now keep in mind, we're only supposed to have 4 barrels because 3 were at the Dassey residence, according to Bobby and Blaine and the others. And I believe even Barb said they thought 3 barrels. Well, if the family all agrees they have 3 barrels, they have 3 barrels. Stephen had 1. So on 11/6/05, we're caught up to speed. We have 4 barrels collected by Dan Kacharski. And he states, in the CASO report on page 101, at 09:47 hours, I collected 4 burning barrels that were outside of the garage to the southeast of it approximately 50 yards. These barrels were loaded onto a covered trailer, and possession was turned over to Marie Osterhaus, badge number 604, for transport to the Calumet County Sheriff's Departments. These barrels were loaded and custody was transferred at 10:11 hours. So on the 6th, Dan Kacharski collected 4 barrels, and he tagged them. Our first tag is 642, evidence tag number 642, and he states it's a 55-gallon barrel. He states it comes from the Avery property. He collected it according to this on the 6th, and you can see the case report number is 05-0157-955. Okay, and it's also got the ledger number of 05-174, and he labels it, someone does, number 1. Then we have the second barrel, 643, a 55-gallon, again, Avery property. Now, Kacharski doesn't sign this, but that's identical writing. 55-gallon barrel, same handwriting. Same case number, evidence tag, 643. Again, we have another barrel, confirming what he's reporting, that he's collected now 3 barrels with the tag number 644 added. Avery property, Kacharski, 55-gallon barrel. And if you look at this tag here, 645, it's got the exact same case report number 05-0157-955. 11/6 is the date. 55-gallon barrel. Now we're going to get into why you can't see the picture of that barrel. As we dig a little deeper, we go on to the CASO report on page 117. And this is also the 6th. And it's Marie Osterhaus. And the trailer contained 4 barrels of burned unknown substance and a door from a vehicle. So on 11/6, the trailer arrived at Calumet County Sheriff's Department with 4 barrels. The trailer with all 4 barrels were turned over to Deputy Hawkins. So on page 142, we have a supplemental report in the CASO of 11/7. So this is the next day. And it's Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. Now remember, he just gained control of all 4 barrels, 642, 643, 644, and 645. And he reports the 4 barrels and also a rear door of the Suzuki Samurai were released to John Ertl while they were processing the barrels. John Ertl, Charles Cates, and Guan Zhang got through barrel marked number 4 and were in the process of going through barrel number 2 when they were called back to the scene. Barrel mark number 4 was placed back on the trailer. Now, hear this. Deputy Kenneth R. Matuzek picked up the trailer and brought the trailer back to the scene. Did you just follow that? So on 11/7/05, barrel number 4, 645-55 gallon, so 55 gallon. So number 645, marked number 4, was returned to the trailer. Deputy Matuzek brought the trailer back to Avery property with barrel number 645, 55 gallon, loaded. I believe the quote from Zellner where it says the devil is in the details really comes into play here on page 135 of the CASO report. We are still on the 7th of November, and we've got Wendy Baldwin, and she's guarding the garbage burn barrel at Stephen Avery's house until evidence technicians arrive on the scene. She states, I did stand by with this until approximately 15:39 hours when the barrel was recovered by Calumet County Sheriff's Department Deputy Ken Matuzek, right? So let's understand this. So on 11/7, even though 4 barrels were already taken to Jeremy Hawkins, 642, 643, 644, and 645, all 55 gallon, those were all taken on the 6th. Matuzek has loaded up 645. He's returned to the Avery property. And now he's picking up a different barrel and he's claiming it from the Avery property where Wendy Baldwin is guarding it. So that barrel, turns out, we're going to find out in just a few minutes, is barrel 7102. So if number 7102 is sitting on the Stephen Avery property and Wendy's guarding it, then they're saying Stephen's burn barrel is number 7102? Aha. Let's dig in a little bit. Wendy Baldwin guards the barrel until Matuzek picks it up on 11/07/05. So Matuzek picked up a barrel, right? Where is barrel 645, 55 gallon? Where's number 645? Should be on the trailer, correct? Well, here's the tag that proves that on the 7th, he actually picked up 7102, which is a 50-gallon barrel. Again, I ask, where's barrel number 645, 55 gallon? Let's continue. We're still on the 7th. It's later in the day, and it's Kenneth R. Matuzek's report. On Monday, 11/07/05, at approximately 15:45 hours, I, Deputy Kenneth R. Matuzek of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, took into evidence a 50-gallon burning barrel. It was located on the northeast corner of Stephen Avery property. The burning barrel was filled approximately 1/4 way with burned debris. The burned barrel was placed in an enclosed trailer. I then transported the burning barrel to the Calumet County Sheriff's Department. So, on the 7th, burn barrel 7102, a 50-gallon, was collected by Matuzek. Correct? Deputy Matuzek brings the trailer back to the Calumet County Sheriff's Department and barrel number 7102, 50-gallon. Wait a minute. I ask again, what happened to barrel 645, 55-gallon? So let's go over the report by Jeremy Hawkins in the CASO on page 152. This is on the 8th. He states that the 3 barrels that were remaining at the Sheriff's Department, a barrel Deputy Matuzek had brought back from the Avery property, and the Suzuki Samurai door were signed over to John Earl. So Deputy Matuzek brought back a barrel. We know what barrel he brought back. He brought back 7102, 50-gallon. But according to the report, Jeremy Hawkins, the evidence custodian, Matuzek only returned with 1 barrel. Goes on to say, I contacted District Attorney D.A. Kenneth Kratz and asked D.A. Kratz about keeping the barrels. I was advised by D.A. Kratz that the barrels from the Avery property would remain in evidence. D.A. Kratz also wanted the barrel marked number 4 that was returned to the Avery property to be brought back. After talking with D.A. Kratz, arrangements were made for long-term storage in the back garage of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department. 11-8. Question. Where is barrel 645, 55-gallon? Where did Matuzek lose this barrel? Answer. Barrel marked 645, 55-gallon. According to this, was returned to the Avery property by Matuzek. Turns out, Matuzek had made a barrel switch on 11/07/05, which was the same day as Kuss Road investigation. Where did Matuzek drop barrel number 645, 55-gallon? Well, I'll tell you what. This proves these are 2 separate barrels. D.A. Kratz ordered barrel number 4 marked on it, which had been returned to Avery's, recollected on 11/08/05. Let's look a little closer at these barrels. So on the left is Stephen Avery's real burn barrel. Remember, we looked at it when we started. Came off his property, we could see the van parked behind it. It has a folded down rim. It has a sway to its body. Now, let's look over here. We have a rolled rim. We have holes all along the edge. And where the actual rim dips down, the body of the barrel is folded and bent and molded over that curve. Look at Steve's rim. No such luck. This is definitely not a match. So let's jump ahead a little bit to page 888 of the CASO. We're looking at April 10th, 06 with Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. As an evidence custodian, he's going over the property tags of the barrels. He talks about property tag number 643, 55-gallon. Property tag number 642, 55-gallon. Property tag number 644, a 55-gallon. Property tag number 7102, a 50-gallon. So far, everything makes perfect sense. We're familiar with these tags. Property tag number 7921. Where did that come from? And property tag number 7922, which has the barrel has the number 4 marked on it. So we have an unknown barrel, 7921, just show up. And we have 7922. So I would guess that unmarked barrel that they had, they named 7921. And this would appear as though they renamed 645 to now a new tag, 7922, as it's marked 4 on it, right? So what they're saying is barrel number 7922 marked number 4 on it, and barrel number 645 marked number 4 on it, are the same barrels. Question, are these the same barrels? And is there a way to prove it? Well, when you look at these 2 tags, they were on the same barrel, and they're sharing one barrel with two property tags, 7922 and property tag number 645. Are they the same barrel? No, they are not. We've got a way to prove it. So if you look at property tag number 644, it's a 55-gallon barrel. It has two parallel holes in the sides of it, and you're looking at it by the glove. That is identified in the photographs as barrel number 644, a 55-gallon barrel. Now, if you look at the floor, there's no room for give. These two barrels, the one in front and barrel 644, are tight together. They're snug. And what that gives us is a way to measure. And this barrel is much shorter than the other because it's a 50-gallon barrel. The complication is this barrel has been named 7922, barrel number 4, which happens to be only a 50-gallon. So let me ask you this, and this is the big question. How can it be 645, number 4, if it's not a 55-gallon? Let's compare the two barrels side by side. So on the left, again, is Stephen Avery's real burn barrel. It has a folded rim, curved body, and lots of bullet holes. The bullet holes seem to go all the way around, and there's two little holes at the top near the rim. Now let's compare that to the barrel on the right, 7922, barrel marked number 4. This is a 50-gallon barrel. It's got a rolled rim, it has a hard dent in the rim, and there are no bullet holes. These two barrels do not match. So recently, with over 2,000 photos of the Avery Case evidence shared, this was one of the most interesting photos I saw. And that's the top of this burn barrel. And in it, on the very top, were two property tags. Property tag 645, our mysterious 55-gallon barrel, and property tag 7922, which we've now have discussed is obviously a 50-gallon barrel. Now here's the thing. How can they say these two are the same when they're not the same size? Obviously, this barrel can only belong to one of these property tags, and that would be 7922. Let's take a really close look just to make sure we're not missing something. Where was barrel number 7922 collected from on 11/08/05? Why is the barrel 7922 sharing property tag with number 645 when they are not the same size barrels? Answers. On 11/08/05, retired MTSO, who assisted in Stephen Avery's arrest in 1985, leader Mike Bushman and his team found a cell phone burned under a tire rim in the area of Deer Camp near Kuss Road, according to dispatch calls. DA King Kratz ordered barrel marked number 4, 645, 55-gallon brought back from Avery's. It's now suspected that barrel number 645, 55-gallon is eliminated from evidence and replaced by barrel number 7922. Let's go over the barrels very carefully just to make sure we didn't miss something. Here's our first tag. This is barrel number 1, property tag 642. Notice it's got the date 11/06/05. Its ledger number is 05174. Property tag number 642, barrel number 1, 55-gallon, from Yonda Dassey residence, Officer Kucharski. Sound like I sneezed. Next, let's look at a photograph of it. Again, this is barrel 1. In the evidence photos, it has the white bucket on the top, and it has number 1 written on the side. Let's keep that on our whiteboard. Let's go to number 2. This is evidence tag 643. Again, date 11/06/05. Ledger number 05174. Property tag 643, barrel number 2, 55-gallon. From the Yonda Dassey residence, officer unknown, but the handwriting matches Karchinski. Let's go ahead and look at this barrel. There's some very distinguishing facts about this barrel. Obviously, it's marked number 2 on the side. but it has no bullet holes, right? But if we add this barrel onto 642, we now have 642 plus 643, 2 barrels. Let's go and look a little deeper. Property tag number 644. Same case report. The date is the 6th, ledger number 0574. 644, barrel number 3, 55 gallon. From the Yonda Dassey residence, Officer Kucharski. Let's take a look at that barrel. Now what's unique about 644 is it's got 2 parallel holes on either side. So you can quite easily tell this barrel from quite a distance. But if you add that on to our other barrels, you now have 642, 643, and 644. 3 barrels. Very good. Now, let's look at this tag. This is our mystery tag. Obviously, it's a 55-gallon barrel. It's also dated the 6th. Its ledger number is 05174, and the property tag 645. It's barrel number 4, 55 gallon. It's from the Steve Avery residence. Officer Kucharski. There's our 4 initial barrels that were collected. But we can't take a good look at this barrel because this barrel disappeared. Absolutely from evidence. However, we do know what Stephen Avery burn barrel looks like, so we're going to come back to that. Now, let's jump ahead to the 7th. And this is ledger number 05178. And this is evidence tag 7102. And it's barrel number 7102. And this happens to be a 50 gallon. And they claim it's from Steve Avery's residence. And guess who picks it up? Matuzak. You got it. Let's take a better look at that barrel. We've already looked at this barrel once, but let's really look at it and add it up. This barrel is in the roughest shape of all of them. The rim's bent and curled. It's barely hanging on across the top. It's crusted and missing in places. It has holes in it along the rim, and the rim is rolled. It has a huge dent right at the seam, or right at the bottom marker, right at the seam there. This is definitely a unique barrel. But they claim this is Stevens, but it doesn't match his, does it? So we know the truth. So, this isn't barrel 645. This is another barrel. 7102, barrel number 4? No, it's not barrel number 4. But that makes 5 barrels total. Let's continue on. I wanted to look at this because this is the barrel that supposedly had all the evidence in it. And if you look, you've got this bent area right there with all that cell phone stuff in it. And sure enough, it does match this barrel pretty good because there's a dent in the side that we would expect. The complication is it doesn't match Stephen's barrel, does it? We've already tested that. And if this is a cell phone barrel, where did this barrel originate? We've got property tag 7922 with a rolled rim. It was collected on the 8th of November. Its ledger number is 05185. Its property tag number is 7922. Barrel number 7922, and it's a 50 gallon, which we've already proven. Where is it from? Great question. Officer Reamer. Interesting, huh? Well, let's look at it and get familiar. With this barrel, it has a very dented rim. On 7922, barrel number 4, this is a 50 gallon. Let's add it to the mix. What do you have so far? You have 6 barrels, right? We're on the mark. Let's continue. Okay, we've got property tag 7921. Date 11/08/05. The ledger number 05-185. 7921 barrel 7921. 55 gallon? From where? Again, who knows? But it's from Officer Reamer. So Officer Reamer picked up these 2 barrels. Let's take a good look at this. This certainly doesn't match Stevens. There's no bullet holes. It says Zyban on the side. This is 7921. Barrel number 4? I don't think so. Let me ask you this. Where did this barrel come from? Out of the blue. It just appears. Let's add it to the mix. How many barrels do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 barrels. That's what we should have. Let's go over and make sure we understand this whole picture. Here are all the barrels in evidence. First of all, this is barrel 642, 55 gallon, 55 gallon. Why do we know that? Because of the bucket on the top, right? And the markings on the side, as well as the other pictures that show it has a number 1 on its side. Let's go ahead and check the next barrel. This one is 643, and it's supposed to be a 55 gallon. But do you see what I see? 643 appears to actually be only 50 gallons. So is that the original barrel for 643? Because it's supposed to be 55 gallons. Let's go ahead and look at barrel 644, 55 gallon. You got it, the 2 holes in the side. Now, let's go ahead and look for barrel 7102, which is a 55 gallon. That's easy. We can find that easy. It's got the dented side, which is smashed really low. None of the other barrels have that. Now we're looking for barrel 7921, Zyban on the side. You got it right there. Now we need the blue tarped paper bag barrel, which happens to be actually a 50 gallons, so it needs to be shorter than the rest. And that's property tag number 7922. What's left, you guys? Property tag number 645, 55 gallon. Where is it? Stephen Avery's burn barrel, 642. Does that match? No. Where are the burn hole? The bullet holes? Nothing. You can't even come close to matching on that barrel. Let's look at the next one they have in evidence. 643. No bullet holes. Black along the bottom. Nothing. No match. Let's go to the next. This one has 2 holes in the side. That's definitely not a match. No can do. We're running out of barrels, Ken Kratz. All right. We've got a rolled rim. Hard dent in the front. This barrel over on the right, 7922. No bullet holes. Not a match. And then we've got this picture, 7921, the Zyban. Obviously, no bullet holes. Has Zyban, no match. Really getting down there, guys. Now we've got the rolled rim. Raggedy oldest barrel there. Rim falling off, bent. Molded over the top of it. Definitely not a match. No way. That can't be a match. So none of them match? Let's get a grip of this. 642, 643, 644, 645 is skipped, 7102, 7922, and 7921 are all there. But that's 6 barrels. Where's 645? It's not in evidence. Stevens burn barrel 645-55G was eliminated. And that's the truth. There's no other way, because it's not in this photograph, and they only have those 6 barrels in the evidence. So, if it's not in evidence, I suspect Stevens burn barrel 645-55 gallon was eliminated in exchange for picking up barrel number 7102, 50 gallon, which was the cell phone barrel. And where did 7102, 50 gallon come from? Where did Deputy Matuzik really pick it up? On the 7th. Let's talk about the 7th. What would have been going on? Let's ask some questions. Where did 7102 50 gallon cell phone barrel originate from? Origination of barrel number 7012 50 gallon is speculated to originate from Kuss Road on 110705. And why on earth would we think that? Well, let's ask another question. What did Michael Bushman, retired Manitowoc deputy that arrested Stephen in 1985, list on the back of his paperwork while on Kuss Road on 110705, the day before the 3 extra barrels showed up? Let's see here. Camera, cell phone, purse, clothing, unearthed rolled ground, dirt disturbed, license plate SWH 582, tracks vehicle 5 to 10 feet apart. 1206 ciders found, remain of cell phone under a tire rim, burned in a barrel. Interesting. Well, this is their incident group time log. And guess who the group leader is? Michael Bushman, who's leading the A-team on the 7th. You got it. That was the back of his list. They claim they're at Jumbo Creek Road, Avery Road, and they cross out their time and they change that. But look who's with him. Deputy Ciders. And guess what else? Says here, found burial site. Jeff Wisnett. You got it. And they found a stump. Scott Swartz. Interesting. Let's look at the next sheet. Again, it's 1107. Let's listen to this. Where are they really? Are they really on Jumbo Creek, Avery Road? Well, according to this, they're not. According to this, it's John Dietering, and he explains they're on Kuss Road. He says, on Monday, 11:07:05 at 10:35, I, Dietering, was contacted by Investigator Weger. He requested that an investigator go to the east end of Kuss Road. I did respond to the area and spoke with retired Deputy Inspector Michael Bushman, Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. Bushman was leading a team of searchers in the area. It should be noted that the end of Kuss Road is approximately 1/2 mile away from the western edge of the Avery property. I arrived at the east end of Kuss Road at approximately 10:45 hours and spoke with former Deputy Inspector Bushman. He indicated he had found a possible excavation site and did take us to the site. The area was then taped off with crime scene tape, and the area was frozen. No one was allowed in or out. The possible excavation area was processed by Wisconsin State Crime Lab personnel, and at 16:51 hours, I was notified the excavation area was not pertinent to this case. GPS coordinates for this area were in 44 degrees 15.263 and west 87 degrees 42.031. Investigation continues. Investigator John Dietering. So where were they? You got it. Says right here by Dietering. They were at Bushman was out on Kuss Road. And who do you have with him? Detective Ciders. You got it. Now let's go a little bit further. Let's look at some things. It says Jumbo Creek, and that says Deer, CL. Well, the way he spelled creek and Jan Doe, I'm guessing he means Deer Creek. I don't think this person can spell real well. Now, this is Bushman. Now he claims he's on Avery Road on this sheet. Yeah. Now he's saying this is after 4 p.m. Now, if you go with the original time there, 9:33 to 4:05, yeah, you would have him right perfect checking in on the next sheet at 4. Let's look who else is with him. Who's with him? You got it. Dave Ciders. And who found the cell phone barrel? Dave Ciders. Where did barrel 7102 50-gallon cell phone barrel originate from? Answer. 1206 Ciders found remains of cell phone under a tree tire rim burned in a barrel. Question. Where was Ciders when he found the remains of the cell phone? In a burned barrel on 11:07:05? Answer. With retired MSCO Deputy Mike Bushman and his A-team at the end of Kuss Road in the area of Randed Deer Camp. Question. What else was found on and in the area of Kuss Road and Randed Deer Camp on 11:07:05? Answer. Burial site by Jeff Wisnett. Question. Are Len Kaczynski's notes more telling than we have ever seriously considered? H1, H2. Photographs of body, measurements, and dig site. Question. What did they really all find on Kuss Road and at Deer Camp? Everyone is looking now.
10-4.
Myself, 432 in Cal County, will be out at a residence on B-Boy, South 310, east side.
10-4.
432 dispatch, can you run a 28 for me?
Go ahead, 432.
Sesquus into T-Top.
10-4, 432. Dispatch to 432 with your 28.
Can you just hold it for now?
10-4.
432 dispatch.
432, go ahead.
Can you look up the George Zipper residence again, 4433 County Highway B-Boy, and give it a 21, ask him to come to the door.
10-4.
432 dispatch.
432, go ahead.
Any luck on that 21?
432, I called the number that we have in-house, and it didn't sound like it was his name, so I called information. It was the same phone number. I did leave a message to come to the door. Dispatch 432, do you have contact?
Affirmative. 432 dispatch.
432.
All units are 24 from the County Highway B address.
10-4.
278 dispatch.
278.
So, 204 and 209 are 42.
10-4, 278, 204, 209.
432 dispatch on code.
Go ahead.
Myself, 278 and City 077 are going to be 24 from Avery Road, 76 to Maribel Case. 432 dispatch.
432.
All three of us are 24 from Maribel Case, 76 back to Avery Road.
10-4. 432 is 278, able to 21.
432 204. Go ahead. 278 and I Cal County Sergeant will be back out at trailer down at the end of the lane. You gonna do that other pickup of items, or are you gonna wait till tomorrow? Wait till tomorrow. We're just gonna sit. Except for your assisting. Just for a minute. 204 dispatch.
204.
Copy 10-8, 27, 76 out to the scene.
204, go ahead.
Number 23 at that location. 9432, same traffic dispatch.
10-4, 432, 209.
204193. 193. Is there anybody available that could run us down a roll of barrier tape? Where do you need it? Houses? Down by the red trailer. You'll see it. 496 copied. 496. That, if you need a name or number for that contact with them right now. 752-496. Brad, we're almost at the end of Kuss Road. Should be a squad down there. I don't know who's sitting in it, but just bring an investigator down here. We got some items that should be clear. Copied. 496, you may want a shovel. 10-4. 752, we copied. We'll make arrangements here. Therefore, it's just an item that should be checked a little closer. Somebody calling 209. 204, could you give me a 21 on my cell phone? Yeah, on Mark, well. 193496. Straight to Walmart. 193. There's 752 around there, Bushman. They need him over here for, or at least I need to contact him. I got a number for him. He's not here. I believe he's completing another assignment away from here. 496752. 496, go ahead. 496752. I need you to call a number. Are you ready to copy? Click. 86. 10-4. 432-209. So. 432, go ahead. Missouri will be a negative if you want to let them know. 10-4. 432, 487, 487. Go ahead, 432. LP, you're gonna have to scratch me from the schedule tomorrow. Gonna be needed out here again tomorrow. 10-4. 204, dispatch. 204, go ahead. Myself and 432 are 10-8 and 57, 76 to the location. 204. Go ahead. Just so you know, your phone's not on. I'm on the way back. I forgot something. I couldn't get a hold of you. 10-4. We're just leaving. How close are you? 11th and Franklin. 10-4. 209 dispatch. 209, go ahead. You may be better off 1021ing 204, because I believe they're together. They may not be able to hear the radios. 432-193, 193. Go ahead. Need you to give 204 a 21. ASAP. Do you need the number? 973. 193-432. Mark it down, we're headed your way. Copy, thanks. 193-204 or 432. 204, go ahead. 184 advises he has a picture and it looks different than what you have. 10-4. 209-204. 204, go ahead. You want to turn your phone on? 10-4, stand by. 204-209, go ahead. 204, for some reason I can't get through. You want to try me? Last two digits are 24.